I've never been much of a modern Ferrari guy. If I had to make one exception, this would probably be the car. The 458 Speciale just nailed it. It's a great looking car. It's a great performing car. It's subtle, but super functional in all ways. It's the last of the naturally aspirated V8s. It makes great horsepower. It's just under 600 horsepower, 597 horsepower, 400 foot-pounds of torque. It's a 7-speed dual clutch that is just super crisp on the shifts. The handling is stunning. The whole car is just a stunning car. And if you just start to look at all of the little things that they tweaked to make this car different than the regular road-going version, it's a ton. Really, there's not much on the car that's the same as the Italia. The nose is different, the hood is different, the roof and the doors are the same, the quarter panels are different, the rocker panels are different, and the rear end is different. The hood is very noticeable. It's got these 2 snorkels, and basically that's letting out the air through the radiator. And then it's got all this active stuff down here, all of these things here, you know, opening up and pushing the air across the front of the car and then exiting there. You also have the use of the side here where you're exiting air through here, you're entering air through here. It's just a super cool looking package that's super functional. And then you can continue with the aero, the theme along the sides here. You know, you have these fins down here. You also have this subtle air intake here, and if you look at the back, you have that subtle diffuser that's active. At high speed, you can get it to come down so you have less drag on it. And keep in mind, this was really the last car that Michael Schumacher got involved in.
458 Italia is our latest project that we have worked on very hard, and in my point of view, very successful.
He was really involved with the ergonomics and the steering wheel, wanted to feel like a Formula One car. But if you just look at the overall lines, stunning. They just nailed the car. Let's have a look at the interior and let's have a look at the powertrain on this. The interior, again, really functional, doesn't feel out of place, doesn't feel too modern, doesn't feel too archaic. It just feels like a Ferrari interior should feel and make you feel special. All of the Alcantara, all of the French stitching, all of the carbon fiber, you know, it's just a nice, comfortable feel. The seats, they're comfortable. They're not intrusive, but they hug you in the corners. If you take this car to the track, the seats are good enough. Some of the cars, you're flopping around in it. This one's comfortable to drive every day, but great at the track. As I said, Schumacher was real involved with the ergonomics. Everything is right there. Obviously, all the settings on the steering wheel coming directly from Formula One. You've also got your engine start, you got your dampers, you've got everything within reach and very comfortable. Like I said, a good looking interior. You got that tack right in front of you, 9,000 RPM, and just sounds incredible. And actually, you know, you listen to this car from 7,000 to 9,000, it's just a different beast than at low RPM. 4.5 liter, 458 is 4.5 8-cylinder. It's naturally aspirated, and that alone makes it very special. And you look at all of the carbon fiber in here, it's a good looking package as well. I mean, Ferrari's always been known for that. And it's got a lot more horsepower, almost 50 more horsepower than the standard version, and a lot lighter than the standard version. The wheels are a lot lighter, yet the brakes are just monstrous on this car. They come standard with carbon ceramics. Unbelievable amount of horsepower that is extremely usable all the way through. It's not like an SF90 where, you know, you want to leave it just in traction control all the time because it's just crazy. You could take the traction control off of this car and drive it and have fun with it and not be afraid of it. Some of the modern cars with just stupid horsepower, you're almost afraid to take the traction control off, and that kind of defeats the purpose of driving a performance car at the track. You want to be able to feel it get a little bit loose, you want to be able to drive it, you want it to be controllable, and you want it to be not so intimidating that you're going to leave that button on. Again, one of the other cool parts of this is the rear spoiler here is far more aggressive than the standard version. And of course, you've got the, the traditional Ferrari red colors with the white and blue for the Speciale. Makes this car really stand out. So when you're looking at a car, a future collectible, what are we looking for? We're looking for relatively low numbers. This car here, they built 1,309 cars. The Aperta, they built 499. The numbers are low enough, but still attainable. They're not ridiculously low. The other thing you're looking for is performance. Well, this thing has gobs of performance. And you're also looking for a car that is unique and distinct. So at a glance, you can tell it's different than the standard version. So when these cars came out new, people said, geez, they're pretty expensive cars. It was around $300,000 depending how you optioned it out. So today, if you have one in the wrapper, it's probably around $700,000. If you have one with a few miles on it, it's probably around $600,000. So it's basically double if you got to use the car and put a couple miles on it. And if you kept it pristine in the garage with delivery miles, you're 700, you might even bring a snip more, you might even bring closer to 800. Are we gonna see $1 million 458 Speciale in the next few years? I bet you we are. These cars are that good looking, that special and significant. And I think it's like the old adage, for a car to be truly special, it has to be a good looking car. And I think this is one of the best modern Ferraris they've built maybe in the last 30 years. Just a great looking car from every angle. Now, Gary hasn't driven one of these before, and he said, hey, can I take this one for a rip? And I said, by all means, you will be impressed.
Oh my goodness. Oh. The speed at which this car shifts, just pounding through the gears, not taking your foot off the gas. There's not much that's better than that. So they took the 458, and for this car, they gave it 597 horsepower, taking it from 562 to 597. Put a whole ton more carbon fiber in it, saving 200 pounds, giving it the active aero. Really, putting the final touches on, again, what I think is just one of the most perfect Ferraris. That mid-engine V8, beautiful in all regards. Just a perfect car. There's a whole ton of features that I'd really love to experience on the racetrack. In a car like this, you're just not going to be able to push it hard enough on the street to get that side slip angle control feature where, the car is really reading that slip angle, and it's adjusting torque and traction control all in real time to try and squeeze out a better lap time. Just some staggering numbers out of this car. Again, at 597 horsepower, 2,800 pounds, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, and a top speed of 325 kilometers an hour. How could you possibly ask for any more car than this? And who would you go and ask? I've had to remind myself so many times on this drive that this car is now 10 years old. The execution and the foresight by Ferrari is just perfect. There's no silly screens that when you get in you go, this car is from the 2015 era. The exterior, the look is timeless. They just knocked this car right out of the park. Let's go through these corners here. Oh yeah. Yeah, she turns. It turns all right. Wow, just doing exactly what you ask. Wow. I am just astounded at the front end on this car. How sharp it is. So we've got it set to race. This car has the magneto-heliological suspension. So it's adjusting, dampening on the fly, reading, you know, the track, and I imagine it'll get smarter and smarter each lap of the track, and again, just giving you more and more grip. Again, like those older traction control systems, you know, just cut the gas on you or kind of do something stupid the second the car moved a little bit. But we know for a car to be fast, it's gotta be able to move around a little bit. And that's exactly what this allows. The car to move around, dance around at full song, full pace on the racetrack without stepping on your toes, but still giving you a little bit of that traction control buffer. So, I mean, I'd probably just leave this thing in race mode all the time, unless you're, again, in the wet or just kind of cruising on the street. I think race mode for me is where this will live. All right, one more time. Oh! And the sound of the exhaust as you crest 8,000 RPM completely changes into something spectacular. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this car. What a treat. Jeez. This is a special car. And these things will remain special for a long time. Well, that did not disappoint. That's one of the best cars that I've ever driven. One of the best looking cars that I've ever driven. And potentially one of the most timeless cars I've ever driven. This car was an instant classic. And like I said while I was driving it, it's gonna stay a classic for a long time. So now we've got to ask ourselves the question, do you need a car like this? No. No one needs a 458 or a 458 Speciale. No, you don't need a car like this. You don't need almost 600 horsepower. You don't need a naturally aspirated mid-engine V8. No, you don't need a car like this. But do you want a car like this? After driving this car might be at the top of my list of cars that I want. If you want to see more car content like this, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to visit our website to explore our curated inventory of luxury, classic, and investment grade cars.